Oh yeah, okay, ladies and gentlemen. So here is our next in our series of show matches today. We've got Texaneous stepping up to bat against Aki today. Tex, oddly enough, playing as the Warlock today. Ooh, sprinting out right off the bat as well, versus Aki as the Apothecary. I only ever see Tex play as Orc. Well, I think for the most part. I won't say forever, but so that's pretty interesting. I don't know. 5-star, how are you doing today, by the way? I keep forgetting that I'm recording this as a dedicated video on YouTube. So, you know, I'm Harlequin. This is 5-star. 5-star, you're an awesome guy from GameReplays.org, blah, blah, blah. Tell me all about yourself.
Hi, I'm 5-star Drummer. I'm the administrator at GameReplays.org, and I also do some casting.
Yes, you do. But anyhow, sorry. So what do you think about all of these guys?
I think it's going to be interesting to see how Texaneous plays Warlock, because we have seen... And good God, the lag is starting up again, ladies and gentlemen. Lag. But anyway, we have seen Texaneous branch outside of Orcs. We've seen him play Force Commander. He's done a great job of that, actually. So we'll see if he does a similarly great job of Warlock.
Anyhow, in terms of build orders here, we've got a pretty nice Aki going for the double scouts into the tax, and then we have the normal Howling Banshee sort of build. I would expect some Assault Marines here. That's kind of my guess, or my hope at least. Kind of seeing tax, scouts, and Apothecary and Assault Marines all together can be brutal.
Yeah, and that was going somewhere. It was totally going somewhere, but I'm not quite sure where it was going. So we're going to go ahead and refocus here on this Warlock, who is just kind of causing a lot of disruption here, as Aki is focusing just about everything on dealing with this Warlock who is fleet of footing away, who gets that, remember when you're fleet of footing, you get that decreased range incoming damage, I should say. So he fleet of foots to decrease that, and then goes ahead and retreats out on a right and proper retreat path. We got some Banshees now waiting behind a building, looking to pop out and grab something, but the scouts spot them in time.
Banshees on scouts, always fun. We'll have to see no upgrades on any of these scouts yet, no shotguns or anything like that. The Banshees, however, took way too much damage trying to close that gap there, and now they probably do not have, well, obviously not since they're retreating, but they definitely don't have the will to continue fighting Tactical Marines in close combat. They really need to just get right in there and start if they ever want to have a hope against Tax.
Yeah, and they did just complete the aspect of the Banshee upgrade, though. They got it a little too late there. Definitely, it seemed like Tex would have been really happy to get a whale off there to suppress either the tax or the scouts, or even just a fleet of foot to be able to get into melee. But he just wasn't quite able to get that done in time and go ahead and do that. In the meantime, ooh, wow, actually, these Guardians are having some serious issues up against...
There's Apothecary with Purification Vials. I think that's what happened, perhaps. He is kind of low on energy there. I heard an explosion come from that side of the map, which is why...
Yeah, it definitely had to be Purification Vials, and that Guardian... Oh, he gets around... Why'd he
stop?
What?
Oh, no! Oh,
Why
no!
stop?
He sits and he ponders his navel for just a moment there.
He stops again! It's like he goes around the corner, he stops, he's like, try and catch me, and then he gets by the Shuriken. Right after the Shuriken, he stops again and turns around like, ha, you didn't catch me! But oh man,
he just wants to make sure that he's still being pursued. Otherwise, he'll retreat a little bit slower. He's a lazy Guardian. He's like, oh, do I have to keep running? Howling Banshee's now kind of moving on in. Again, Howling Banshees versus these scouts. I'm kind of curious to see if he's going to get any sort of scout upgrades there. He is saving up his power though, which leads me to believe he's got to be going for Assault Marines.
Yeah, he's actually almost. This is really, really nice macro. If he would, okay, there we go.
There we go, Assault Marines. Yeah.
He gets the button close enough. That's good. I'm happy. I'm a happy.
Yeah, he was like what, 3 power off or something. Not bad.
Yeah, like only 2 or 3 actually. Yeah, I was at 0 and I'm like, oh come on, Aki, you can do it. Then he got it. But you can see it was like perfect actually. Like just the way, like obviously Aki has this build down. You can tell by just the amount of requisition he had and the amount of power there that he's planned, the amount of generators he put up, the kinds of losses that he's been willing to take. So he's really put a lot of thought into the build and how to execute it and how to time it so that he just is as optimal as he can possibly be with it.
Yeah, that's perfect. And now this is a real force to be reckoned with, because as you can tell, he's spending the rest of his requisition now on additional power generators, which means we'll be able to start seeing some shotguns out of there, maybe a full auto on the Apothecary, and then suddenly his force will be something that the Eldar player will basically not want to engage in mass until Tier 2 or something to that effect. Nice little shuriken cannon there.
Yeah, we are seeing the Assault Space Marines coming around the right side to it, though. They don't even need to jump on it here. They can literally just walk
on up.
Yeah. Which should actually be kind of nice for them, save some energy, but we are getting some lag of doom from Aki here. This shuriken is getting surrounded from all sides.
I think it's just barely going to be able to get out of there. Here comes the Howling Banshees again, but the Assault Marines backed up by the tax is something that they really don't want to get in there and do anything with here.
Yeah, we do need to remember, by the way, I guess, actually, that the shuriken cannon weapon platform is like speed 6, so it looks like, you know, it's getting surrounded, it's in a dangerous spot, but in reality, it's exactly where it wants to be. It just goes like, oh, I see stuff surrounding me, I'm just going to go ahead and back up with my nice little speed, and you can't catch up to me without jumping on me.
I didn't even catch Tex building that second Guardian squad. I don't know why. Oh well. Yeah, so Assault Squad now just kind of capping stuff off on the side here. It's going to be Assault versus Guardians here. Oh no, he's going for the Guardians, picking up on that victory point there. Definitely going to do quite a bit of damage there. We'll have to see if his Guardian friends, who are just kind of standing around right now, are going to help out in any way with the grenade perhaps. No, maybe, you know, just going to walk away.
Seems like he's more interested in capturing that point and or dealing with Aki's lag. I'm not really sure which of the two. We are going to see the Assault Space Marines going to go ahead and jump here. They will do just a little bit of knockback. Now, the Assault Space Marines cannot jump out of this, so they're going to have to watch for a grenade spike. None is going down right now as the Guardians are retreating out. And Aki is saying he's at 3 APM about because of all the lag. Not guys that Aki isn't a player capable of producing much more APM than that, but... And by the way, we're seeing both players teching at about the same time.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
And neither player was, you know, late really on the teching either, so that was just straight up. They both played it that way.
Anyhow, it looks like we're sitting at about 485 victory points right now for Aki, who is correctly showing up as the red player, versus 350 for Mr. Texaneous here. So, you know, that's not really that significant at this point in the game. It's kind of anybody's game in terms of that stuff. But I really like Aki's start here. Aki's his army is just indomitable if he can get it all together and put all the pieces together during the right fight. You can see he's very intentionally moving around with almost his entire army. He's got the one scout squad on the other side of the map, though.
Yeah, he does need to maintain map presence over there, and that scout squad actually will be effective on that side at just kind of kiting those Banshees. As long as he can stay away from the double Guardians, and that's the purpose of the double Guardians here really would be to deal with those scout squads, as well as to deal some DPS to the Apothecary here. We are seeing, though, that the Assault Space Marines are just forcing these double Guardians off very effectively.
And strong central control returns to Aki. Yeah, that was great. He kind of won the central fight there. Unfortunately, it sounded like Texaneous put a lot of hurt onto that Apothecary, who just healed himself and just jumped right back. So that didn't really do anything.
Yeah, now the Shuriken Cannon's got to watch what it's doing here because Aki's force is between it and home. And now we've got, again, the Banshees now are kind of cut off. We're seeing that Aki is kind of in like interesting positions here where he's able to just kind of do that. I don't quite know how else to put it.
Yeah, he's kind of he's split all around his army there. There we have the Assault Marines kind of jumping in there, but instantly
Banshees,
getting suppressed a bit.
I'm not quite sure if that was well, actually, that was actually quite nice. I've got to say that was nice actually. Now the more that I look at it, I didn't like that initial like turn back and engage there. I felt like it opened them up to taking a lot more damage than they needed to. I felt like they were just gonna have to get out of there, but they proved that actually they could just force the Assault Space Marines off a little bit. And then actually, by the way, we see now that this Shuriken is in the building. And the reason for this is because the Apothecary has gone ahead and blown his Purification Vials cast. So that's still on cooldown. And, you know, there's no danger of that immediately. There's no frag grenades, no sergeants on any of the scouts. So this is a pretty safe move here, and it gives a lot of very nice map control up there to Texaneous, but we have a Dreadnought coming out for Aki.
Yeah, I think Tex is definitely doing a really good job playing around those purification vials. Like I think that was part of the reason why we saw him retreat a little weird with those banshees there, and he's just doing a good job of just keeping it in his mind that that's always a possibility during any given fight. Yeah, a little bit of Dreadnought here. So what's coming out here for Texaneous? He's got some options on the field right now.
Yeah, it does look like he either just canceled something or what. I'm not quite sure because he seemed to have a lot more requisition, or it's a lot less requisition than he just did. So I'm not sure what he canceled to get all that back. Okay, he's screwing out with Wargear here. He's getting
okay.
Darkness and Cloak of Shadows and Merciless Witchblade. This is going to be an interesting combination on his Warlock. It will really help the Banshees with the Cloak of Shadows. And then Merciless Witchblade should allow him to maybe neutralize the Apothecary, might be what he wants to do with that. Also, it's just kind of generally good at dealing melee with Assault Space Marines and Tactical Space Marines.
See all these Assault Marines frozen in time here as they leap on top of these retreating Banshees here. There we go, up, sort of.
And they're going to go ahead and ride the Banshees up to that left victory point there and go ahead and capture that.
Here's our nice-looking Dreadnought on the field.
And by the way, the victory points are reversed after all.